senators pushing for more protection for human trafficking victims. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Abreu. Ty Bateman has the night off. President Obama is set to sign new legislation that will fight the human trafficking problem here in Ohio and around the country. The Justice for Victims of Trafficking Act provides aid to victims of human trafficking, increases penalties for the criminals of the act. Ohio is a major intersection for human trafficking because of I-75 and the Turnpike. Senators Sherrod Brown and Rob Portman both contributed bills and amendments to the act and have been active in the state and in Washington to fight the problem and aid the victims with these new laws.
This gives more rights to rape victims. It gives more assistance to girls and young women who have been kidnapped or who have been enticed into sex trafficking, and we've got to get to them to help them before their lives are ruined.
The average age of getting into sex trafficking, they say in Ohio and around the country, is between 13 and 15 years old. And instead of putting them in the criminal justice system to treat them like victims, they're often trapped. Usually there's drug abuse involved in this, and to help get them back on their feet.
Part of what the president is expected to sign is Portman's bill to help find missing children, which he believes is important to do before they get forced into sex trafficking.
One of the things we've learned in this is that some of the most vulnerable children of all are missing children. In Ohio, there have been, 150 kids who've gone missing since the first of the year, and yet we only have photographs for about 50 of them. And so what this legislation does is let's get better information about these children as soon as possible so that we can find them and avoid some predator finding them.
And while this act strengthens current laws on human trafficking, there is still more to do. Brown says that states and local agencies need to find the funding for law enforcement to put more man-hours on this problem.
To throw this one more big requirement on them, responsibility of dealing with human trafficking without more assistance is a problem. So part of it is Congress has got to come up with ways to help with local communities with the resources to combat trafficking.
The Justice for Victims of Trafficking Act is on the president's signature.